Without even realizing it, you're likely building the business of your nightmares. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to avoid that trap and share the exact system that's now landing me $16,000 clients, all whilst building the life that I want now for the fraction of the hours I used to work. And in order to do that, we need to see how that nightmare business is built. You're working 80 hours a week and you're probably telling yourself one or all of these things. Things are going to slow down next week. It won't always be like this. Or next month, I'll finally take that trip. Or once I hit my profit goals, that's when I can enjoy myself. Your calendar probably looks a little bit like this as well, where you've got no time to think, you're sacrificing your personal time, and you have that same shit, different day vibe. But the thing is, next week never comes. You don't take that trip, and if you do, all you can think about is work, and you don't hit the profit goals that you set out to achieve. And how do I know this? Well, I built this lifestyle without even realizing it until it was too late. Hi, my name's Gavin. I'm a digital business consultant and coach, and I built businesses that have made 58,000 in 1 month, 250 within 6, campaigns that were making 12K in revenue. And I was a senior manager at Europe's fastest growing edtech unicorn with a $1.7 billion valuation. And this is where I led a team of elite coaches within digital marketing, software engineering, and digital business. And I got to work with clients like Google, Sky, Meta, and so much more. Sounds impressive, right? And it is, but I was spending all of my time in spreadsheets and project plans, just catching up. I was missing out on family time, I was missing out on my life, and I was building more and more complexity in an already complex life. And that's when it hit me. I was the architect of all of this. I was the one who built this complexity, this stress in my life with the hope that one day I'll be able to get the freedom that I wanted. And thought this just wasn't right. So I burnt that blueprint and I started building from the ground up. Because the trap that most business owners fall into, especially the ones that are smart, they're ambitious, and they want to help people, is that their goal is to unlock freedom in the future. And so they build complexity within their business. That complexity then leads to stress. And the thing is, most people, they don't build their business with any consideration about the life that they want to lead now. They build it for what they want in the future. But where's the fun in that? Have a shit time now to have a good time in the future just doesn't sit well with me. And so what do those businesses do? They hire more people, they launch more and more offers, they overcommit, and they add system on top of system on top of system until they've built this business which feels like a prison just full of productivity hacks. And so the biggest shift I made was making one decision, and that was to build a business by design and not by default. So not what's the industry doing, what's trending, what's getting the most likes, but instead, what kind of life do I want now? And then how do I build a business that supports that? Because imagine you're working 20 hours or less per week. You're still landing high ticket clients with 16K deals, and you're living your life now rather than when you retire at 68. And that's what's possible when you switch to this new model. And I'm going to talk you through exactly how my IdealBusinessPro formula works. So let's talk funnels. This has been the golden child of the marketing era for well over a decade. You've heard the pitch: bring people at the top, nurture them, and convert them at the bottom. But you see, there's an issue with that. Funnels, they're linear, they're inefficient, and they tend to leak. You work your ass off to get the attention, and if someone's not ready to buy today, well, they fall through the cracks, they're gone, they disappear. And that's a problem, because in the real world, people, they need time. So what do I use instead? I use a flywheel. So instead of pushing people through a rigid sequence, you create a system that brings people in consistently. It warms them up over time, and only when they're ready to buy do they move forward. It's not pushy, it's patient, it's powerful, and it compounds. It's a self-sustaining ecosystem, and it's backed by Google's research in the 7-11-4 rule. And they found in order to get a customer, you need to provide them with 7 hours of content through 11 touch points over 4 different platforms. And a flywheel, that gives it to you automatically. It helps highlight the importance of building trust and familiarity. And so here is how my IdealBusinessPro Flywheel works. And it all starts with your ideal content. So this is strategic content. It actually builds trust and is directed towards your ideal customer. It's there to solve a problem, and it positions you as an authority. So I use my background, my experience, and my real world results to put in front of my customers to show them how this works and how to get more and more clients. This content, it creates that aha moment. I need to work with this guy, that type of moment. And I do it in 2 main forms. The first is through short form content on my social media accounts. Now that short form content has a call to action to direct my customers or potential customers to longer form content. Because remember, I need to gain, on average, 7 hours of content per customer that I gain. And now, in order to give them that long form content, I ask them to exchange their email details and I'll send that to them. And the beauty of this is that it's automated. So even when I'm sleeping, it's still working on in the background, gaining more and more reach and building my list even more. And remember that long form content, it's there to solve a real world problem. You need to give away your Legos, you need to give away your secrets and help them solve problems, because they'll attribute that success to you and it will then feed this flywheel more and more. Now, when you get a piece of content that works really well, you then want to move that into the next part of the flywheel, which is the IdealAds. So this isn't complex funnels, it's not a crazy lead gen campaign where you're spending 10K per month. Instead, that content that's working really well, you're gonna boost that to amplify and reach more and more people. So it's gonna drive the right people into your world and again, build that email list more and more. Now, I run these ads for around £5 per day. You can have that for more if you want to reach more people. You can have it for less, you'll just reach less people at the same time. So even with that £5 per day, I'm getting insane amounts of reach. Now, what that's doing is that's then creating and feeding and building my ideal list. Now, this is your email list. This is the most valuable asset that you own. If we've learned anything from the TikTok ban, is that your business could disappear overnight if you don't own your own data. So remember, your business is not your followers. It's not a group on a platform that you don't own. It's about the people, your email list, and the people that have said, I want to hear from you. Then what you do is you nurture them with valuable content through email, you provide micro offers, and you educate them. That then points them towards your ideal offer. Now it's the transformation that you sell. It's not just about being high ticket, it's about solving one clear problem for your ideal client better than anybody else out there. Because when your offer is right, people will sell themselves on working with you. Now with your offer, you need to provide them with a level of access of what I call here the value ladder. Now this framework, it's to allow your customers to naturally move from one level to the next. So you start with your free content, and then you grow that into paid offers. And the great thing here is that you make more profit by serving the same people within your ecosystem instead of always chasing new customers. And here's the important part. The transformation that you're giving your clients, you want to turn that into content, and that then feeds the Ideal Business Pro formula more and more, gaining you new customers and also progressing existing customers through your value ladder. This isn't theory. With this model, I've managed to land $16,000 clients. I've cut my working hours in half. I've actually attracted clients that are fun to work with, people that are engaged and they believe in my mission. And the biggest shift was that I simplified everything, because simple scales. No complicated funnels, no difficult sales calls, no cold outreach, only warm, and just a system that attracts, it nurtures, and it converts them, all whilst giving me my life back. Because what's the point in building a business if you're too burnt out to enjoy it? So why does this work? Well, the thing is, you don't need thousands and thousands of followers in order to land these high ticket clients. You just need the right system and the right people. Now with this, I've used this exact process to consistently attract and convert clients with a following of less than 2,500 across all my socials. It works because it's not about chasing everyone. And then lastly, when you do it well, the right people, they will step forward and they will say, hey, I'm ready. How do I work with you? And this video, it's part of my flywheel. You see, YouTube is a search engine. And when I create valuable long form content like this, it works forever. It brings people into my world every single day. So when I'm off doing the things that I love, like traveling the world, this video is working in the background. And here's the kicker. We're not just building businesses anymore. We're building media companies. Goldman Sachs predicts that the creator economy is going to hit $500 billion by 2027. But the rules, they've changed. Funnels, they're inefficient. Cold outreach, it's exhausting. And attention is more valuable than gold. And the people who win in the next 5 years, they'll be value creators. People who show up consistently, solve problems, build trust, and design systems that scale their business without sacrificing their life. And if you're still here, that's telling me something. You're serious, you're coachable, and you want to build a business that lasts. So here's what to do next. If this resonated with you and you want to build a business that supports your dream life, then I'd like to invite you to my case study group of elite coaches who want to build their ideal business. So shoot me a DM on Instagram with the word keyword 7. I'll leave a link to my profile in the description below. And remember, you don't need to overcomplicate things. You just need a better model, one that's built around you. This is about reclaiming your time and building a business that fuels your life now instead of burning it down. You're not here to grind forever. You're here to build with intention. Cheers.